And good morning, boys and girls. This is your old pal, Uncle Al. Got my morning coffee. And Dino. Hey, boys and girls, it's Dino the dinosaur. Okay, folks, I'm Uncle Al, aka Diebulfrog79. Hit like and subscribe. I'm a little different than most YouTube channels because I'm not corporate and I'm not whacked out or I do makeup or some kind of other God knows what or a gamer. I'm just Uncle Al. Plain old, I'm just a talking head right now because I don't have equipment. All I have is a desk lamp, overhead lights, and I keep it simple. Now, big thing is, seventh biggest mistake that most prepper and survivalists do, seventh biggest mistake, is buying, let's see, low quality freeze dried foods or M.R.Es. Okay, folks, Farmer Phonetic says he's going to buy a whole bunch of M.R.Es. That's great. But M.R.Es, you have to properly store them. Same thing with freeze dry. It has to be low temperatures, 49 to about 86 degrees, or you're going to have a ton of garbage. Now, a lot of people think, well, I'll just buy M.R.Es and stick it in the garage or in the closet. It has to be in a climate control conditions to stay fresh and viable. It's not like the old MCIs, that's the old sea rats. They had a higher tolerance to heat and cold. Now, the big problem is also M.R.Es have a time limit too. They're good up to about 5 years, not 10 or 20 like most people say. That's malarkey. Best is about 5 years, folks. Excuse me. Okay. Another problem is, I like Mountain House. Mountain House is a high quality, good product. Now, there's several other companies that I won't name that produce low quality freeze dried foods. Some of them have extremely high amounts of oxygen in the bags. Okay, these are big brand freeze dried foods. You want to always check for quality, taste, storage capacity, and make sure the company's been in the business and know and store and making the food right. You don't stick stuff in a Mylar bag and call it freeze dried. I've seen a lot of disasters and I've seen a lot of gooey crap come out of this type of bags. Now it has to be a thermal insulated Mylar bag. Some people just stick it in a regular Mylar bag and hope for the best. It doesn't work out. Now, freeze dried and M.R.Es were designed for astronauts. Originally, yes, astronauts and um, soldiers, hikers, campers that needed a lightweight food source that didn't need cans. Now, a lot of people ask me these questions on M.R.Es. M.R.E is easy, it has a complete meal, meals ready to eat. For a lot, when I was in the service, meals that Ethiopians don't want to eat. Okay, now you have to be careful. It's not too old, in bad condition from storage, or substandard. Biggest problem is a lot of places sell civilian and M.R.Es, and that's kind of substandard right there. It's a good try, but they don't know what they're doing. Or, like we say in the military, goes to the lowest bidder. Far more fanatics should know about that. Goes to the lowest bidder. Now, a lot of European rations do the same. The EU has notoriously goes to the lowest bidder, and sometimes Russia does that too. Now, I don't like to eat cat food in my M.R.Es, but it happened once or twice. Meow, meow, meow. Now, you have to be really careful, folks, on your M.R.Es. So what I recommend is check out M.R.E info. and it's down there. And another one I always like to buy from is M.R.E. rations. Check out um, Full Step Survival. I think it's Full Step Survival with Brad and Kelly. They have a sponsorship from those guys. Their website's pretty good for M.R.E. ration, so please check them out. I like their packaging, I like their quality, and I like because they can make custom made versions that you could buy. Now, M.R.Es are not cheap. A good, excuse me, kids. A good M.R.E will run you about 14 to 13 bucks. That's a good one. The substandard ones will run anywhere from 5 to 6 bucks, and it's a toss-up. A lot of civilian rations do this. They put food in a plastic bag and tell you it's an M.R.E. In reality, it might have one military component, which is the main entry, which is a main meal. You got some kind of weird bread component or drink component or something else, or a side dish. And then you have the accessory pack, which looks like they raided from a McDonald's or a restaurant supply house. Now you have to be really careful, folks, when you're doing substandard, because a lot of people buy these and stick them all over the place. And I'm looking at them, and I told them, open it up and eat one. And then they look at me after eating one, and they make like, I wasted $300 for this. And I look and I'm like, yeah, I would donate it to the Boy Scouts, which killed off the Boy Scouts. Okay, this is going to be a long one because it's important, boys and girls. Now, West Wind Survival asked me about dehydrated foods. Dehydrated foods will last about 5 years in a mason jar if you put the right desiccant package in there. Okay, desiccant or oxygen absorber. And also, how well did you dehydrate the food? If you do a bad job, it's going to be black and moldy inside. If you do a right job, it lasts about 5 years. And then oxidation, no matter what you do, and light, and old age, and white mold will take over. Like I said, I know a lot of stuff. And Uncle Colin's getting old and dotty in his years, and I keep forgetting stuff. Okay. Now, this university, like I said, on the cheaper grades, this isn't cheap, I'm just showing the bag, on cheaper forms of freeze-dried foods, they have high oxygen levels, 18%, which is really bad for freeze-dried foods. A side effect from that is M.R.Es and freeze-dried foods cause GI gut or GI poop. You dehydrate and you constipate like crazy. So you have to drink a lot of water, or you add a filler or supplement to cut the problem. Now, in the military, we put in minute rice or we put olive oil. We learned our lesson. And a lot of people look at me, well, Uncle Al, what the hell's the trick with minute rice? If you cook it right and you do it in a minute in a canteen cup, because I didn't have the constipation issue like a lot of my friends did, who kept screaming, pulling out poo out of their butts. That's how hard and rocky it got. Now, the trick is you put a little olive oil every time you open up a pack of M.R.Es. Now, they did put more fat in it. Russia's pretty good at putting a lot of fat in it because they had a lot of constipation in Afghanistan when it was their turn in occupied Afghanistan. They found out that it really didn't work out too well when they didn't put enough fat in there. Also, a lot of their rations were designed for Arctic cold, not mountain desert cold. So kind of screwed up on the Russian troops over there. And they had digestive issues. Now, I tell a lot of people, know your product. Okay? I'm keeping this short, so I'm not going to do any shout outs this time. I love doing shout outs. So I'll catch you later, boys and girls. Bye.